live button, man. Let's get to it, man. You think you're a comedian now?
I've never thought I was a comedian. I have some jokes, but
Were you the son that had to stand up in front of the family at Thanksgiving to tell jokes or do that little dance, do that dance they used to do it at home? Do that dance. Was you that
never,
kid?
never. I was too much of a child prodigy.
You are a child prodigy.
I couldn't think of anything else. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
I noticed I haven't said yeah in a while. You know this. Oh boy, let's not do that.
Big Flea, never the little one.
Yo, these drops sound crazier. All of a sudden, I don't know why.
Glad you can hear him.
Well, we heard, and you're about to hear some more commentary on the New York Knicks, because you know what this is.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all.
Come on, man. Stop playing with us, man. 7 y'all in the building. Get jumping alive, man. Enough is enough. We're not playing any games with y'all.
Yeah,
I know I say that all the time, but this time I'm not playing with you.
Get the energy right. Get the energy right.
Thank you.
Get the energy right. Get the energy right.
What's in the comments?
Turbo. DB. What up?
Big Turbo. Day one.
Happy holidays to everybody. Happy thanks. Hope everybody ate good yesterday. Ate heavy. What's the go-to dish? Hold on, Ray. Hold on. You at the spot. Whatever spot y'all at. I don't know what spot it is. You at your crib. You at your mom's crib. Whatever. The spot where it's really rocking. What's the go-to? What you gotta have on your plate?
You supposed to have pernil, man. We didn't have any last night. I didn't want to criticize.
You sound pissed off about that.
You cannot not have the pig on there, man. Peace, God. You can't do that. You can't do it.
So Penny is the go-to. You gotta have it.
We need Steven Jackson with the blood fag at Thanksgiving. We don't need Steven Jackson with the kufi at Thanksgiving, cooking fucking Thanksgiving dinner, baby. Yeah. I'm feeling it, Flea. What y'all want to do? I'm here, baby. Pernil.
Gotta have the pernil.
That roast pork, as they say in English.
And they didn't have that last night, and you sound pissed off about that.
I wasn't pissed off because I was around family.
Mm-hmm.
I got my daughter mad for a second, so I just reeled it in, and I realized I was just being annoying to her. She doesn't have a big brother, so I think I act like that sometimes. Then I reeled it in and say, hold on, I'm a father. Let me stop bothering her. Then we played the Hitster game. I love this Hitster, I think it's called. You play a song from whatever era, and you got to guess what era it's from. You line up the cards, and you got to guess.
That's my speed. That's my speed. That sounds like something I would like.
Loved it. And my sister-in-law was doing Jeopardy. Like, she created her own subjects. She had a Glorilla lyric, and I'm like, it's 9 p.m. on Friday. But she's not. She announces it with, it's 9 p.m. on Friday. I was like, what? What is this?
Somebody should have recorded that. That'd have been gold.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was definitely cool. KG was there. Love for everybody, man. It was cool. How was yours, man?
It was cool. Had the kiddos. Had Mom Dukes here with me for Thanksgiving. That was cool. We went over to one of my frat brothers' houses. His family had me over last year, and really treated me like family. So it was love, man. We was back over there this year and really had a good time. Had a good time. Played a lot of games. First time I played musical chairs in like 30 years.
I wouldn't dare. If I did, I wouldn't say
Yo,
okay.
musical chairs gets crazy if you are, and then when you playing with kids. I was playing like it was a family. Yo, it was crazy.
I would take it too serious.
Yo, the
I don't care
DJ,
how old you are.
the DJ start fronting and start mixing and acting like he was turning off the music, and you try to jump in the seat, bro. Kids was getting knocked over. It gets nasty, and it's family, it's love, but it's competitive, baby. Musical chairs gets crazy.
Yo, Funk Flex, man, stop playing with me. I'll break one of your kids' legs. Don't play with me on musical chairs. Go get your big ass cousin or something like that to go compete with me and tag him in the game because I'm going crazy.
I'm going crazy.
So 2-year-old.
Move out the way.
Talking about. I won.
Yo, man, but
yeah, La Turia.
Man, it was it was a good time, man. It was a good time. Happy thanks to everybody that's in the comments. We back at it today, y'all. We here. Missing our OG. Actually, big shout out to OG. His son's first college basketball game tonight out in PA. He's supporting his son. I think that's major. I think he would be happy with us that we let y'all know that he's out there watching his son get to it on the basketball court. That's pretty dope.
We need like a round of applause button.
Yeah, for real. Word.
Hater stuff on. I can't even hit the hater thing right now because that was a great moment to talk about. So I'm not gonna do that right now, but I'm gonna do it when we talk about this Knicks game. Definitely shout out to AllBall and his family. That's just the older you get, right? Like I'm rewatching Game of Thrones again for like I think the third time now.
Okay.
The family, and it's just like I think I almost cried when Jamie Lannister hugged Tyrion Lannister on his way out. He said, "This is goodbye, brother." I almost cried. But there's other things that I cry about, and it's usually about like glory moments in any movie.
Okay.
But anything father son, I'm crying. I don't care if it's like he's happy about her getting a B+ finally on a spelling bee in the 3rd grade. Like, you did it. Go, oh,
Flea's the crier, man. I cry. I'm not gonna front. I'm sorry.
It's horrible.
Sorry. Call it what you want, man.
I'm trying to think of the worst time I ever cried. I know one of the times I was just shocked was when Deadpool had cancer. He found out he had cancer. That was crazy. I was like, what? This is sad. The huff and the anyway, congrats to AllBall and his family for their first game. Of course, as my wife would say, you made it about yourself again, Raymond. My apologies. I'm sorry.
That's what he does. That's what he does. In typical Raymond fashion. Hey, Darlene. Good evening. Happy thanks to you, baby. We appreciate you in here, as always.
Good evening, Darlene.
Fix
your
tone, man.
Never. We back in the mix, baby. Y'all know what this is. I gotta hit the button again because we veered off. But we back. It was a good for good. It was for a good cause.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all. You see the gear. You see the gear. That good orange. That blue and orange. You see the gear.
I got blue and white. It's close enough.
It's close enough.
The Knicks. The New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. That song has always been trash, and I don't know why they still play it. I don't know why all you guys that want to push people to do it, that is horrible. It was a fake hip-hop version of a song. What's the other one? The Go New York song? No, it's not.
That's hate.
It's not hate. That song is big trash. I hate it. Like, it makes me not want to stick around. I'm out of here, man. You don't play that dumb shit.
That's hate, man.
That's not. How is it hate?
That's hate, man. Nah, that song is trash. I'm sorry.
That's
not good. It's not
big,
good.
Big garbage.
It's not good. But
speaking of big garbage, the New York Knicks defense continues to be big garbage, even though they scored or held the Charlotte Hornets to 98 points. New York Knicks beat the Charlotte Hornets 99-98. You kidding me, man? OG cooling off as usual. We'll get to him in a second. Josh Hart, 13 points, 12 rebounds. Cat, 19 points, 12 rebounds. And, of course, the big Brunson Burner himself, 31 points. 6 of 6, 6 rebounds. 6. The 6 guard took it from Drake. To Drake, you
Lord,
bummage. You bummage out here suing people for points. What? Big Brunson. 14 for McBride off the bench. And, of course, it was an 8-man rotation campaign. 11 minutes, Jericho Sims, 8 minutes. I like Jericho Sims' defense on the perimeter once again. A hound, by the way.
He's figuring out how to play basketball.
Just saying. The Orlando Magic song is trash AF. I never heard the Orlando Magic song. And I hope you're not talking about that little magical thing that they do when they hit a free throw, because that was always fire.
That was always that's nostalgic.
Yes.
Oh, she like your Barry White voice. Beat it, Fabian.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. They snuck it up again tonight. I did like hearing the chants of defense in Charlotte Arena, though. Nobody got fans like ours. Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro, it was insane. I'm sitting there watching the game, and half the stadium is full of this gear. Half the arena full of this gear. They're saying defense as Charlotte has the ball. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And Charlotte, what's up, RP? Happy belated.
RP, what up?
Happy Aussie Thanksgiving out there if they have one. Y'all cook kangaroos, or is that offensive?
That was just stupid.
It was lazy. It was a lazy joke.
Yes.
It was a lazy attempt at comedy, Fabian. You're better than that. You could have.
If RP is ill, he gonna fry you up now.
You know he is. I'm just waiting for him. Now. I'm waiting for him to get off his religion. Like he found whoever. Let me not even bring up whoever the messiahs or whatever. He found somebody, bro. Because what is this? He thinks we don't notice. No RP. Wait, kangaroo is eaten, of course.
It's probably a delicacy out there.
Allah Waz, what's going on?
Allah, what up?
Fans was chanting defense like we play any. Exactly. Cash should have dominated. Isaiah Zeke Jackson, what's going on, brother?
What up?
You and the family, man. That's the problem, though, Darlene. I could get you right there, Flea. I don't know if we could have, because again, the Hornets were kind of switching. Everybody's up. You're gonna hear the same story from every other Knicks podcast and whoever else, bro. You play switch defense, it's a wrap for us. That's it. You can switch on Cat, switch on Brunson, whoever got the high hand. Make sure you get the shot clock down. Is that it? Like the Hornets really stayed in the game because they switch on us without LaMelo Ball and everything?
No, I think we stink on the defensive end. We not good. That's how teams stay in games. If we come out and hit shots, and then, we get into a position where we can beat you, right? Because we're one of the better offensive teams in the league. But when we are not hitting shots, we're also not giving effort on the defensive end. What we did against Dallas the other night was disgusting. That was a disgusting performance. I was ashamed watching that New York Knicks team against Dallas. It was shameful, bro. The effort, we give no effort as a team defensively, right? Individual guys get stops here and there, but as a team, you got to be on a string to get stops, and we're not doing that right now. That's why teams are staying. That's why I said to you, every game is going to be different. We could go into any arena and get beat by any team because we're not taking the defensive side of the ball seriously right now. We could score with the best of them. Our offense is gonna find itself. We got enough guys that can fill it up, and we're figuring out guys off the bench that Deuce is coming into his own. Campaign. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be fine on the offensive end. Not to mention obviously what Brunson is doing, what Cat is doing. OG has been phenomenal to start the season. Obviously, Bridges is struggling. Hart gives you double digits every night. You can get a triple double. You know, so we're gonna be fine offensively. It's that defense. If we can't get stops, we're gonna get our ass kicked by the better teams, Fabian. We talking about Charlotte hit a 3 to end the game. Had he got fouled, then what? I'm just saying, those situations happen, right? We seen it. Big shout out Larry Johnson, right? Like, we seen it. So, you know, like I said, at the end of that game, I was watching the game with my man Dallas. Big shout out to my brother Dallas. I wasn't pleased with that win. Yeah, we got a W. It's hard to get W's in the NBA, but I wasn't pleased with that win, Fabian, at all. At all. I do not like how we look. I don't like how we finished the game. Down the stretch, missing free throws from our leader, right? He's taking the game over, pounding the basketball, getting in ISO situations. He wasn't getting off it. I'm screaming at the TV, right? Get off of the shit. Get off the shit. Move it. He started that shit like when we got other capable guys. Let's move it. Let's get them in rotation. I don't know. I'll give it back to you. I don't know if you was watching the same game as me. What you thinking? What you feeling? How you feeling about it? Because again, I like the win, bounce back against, you know, a lesser team, but I don't know how I'm feeling after this road trip. What you think?
I was trying to put some parlays down or whatever. Once I saw the money line or the spread was 200, the over under was 200. I should have known, especially with the game starting at 12 o'clock. They're missing their centers. Like Vegas knew something that, you know, it's 12 o'clock on a Friday. That's the part. After Thanksgiving, less than 48 hours is usually you have closer to 48 hours for the next game, especially after a game like that we lost against the Mavericks. Two things that while you're talking or while you were speaking, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson reminds me of that Kobe season where he started off 10 straight games passing the ball. He had like a bunch of assists. And then like game 11, Stephen A. Smith is like, goes on ESPN and he goes, that's not going to happen anymore. Like, I know Kobe. Not happening. So like knowing more of the backstage secrets and realizing like, oh, they really knew each other and they're cool like that. Kobe probably texted him or he asked Kobe, yo, how long you going in for the whole season like this? Sarcastically, that's how you reel him in. Kobe was like, gave him a sarcastic response back, letting him know, I'm Kobe, bro. I'm probably just rehabbing some injury or whatever it is. And Brunson's not rehabbing anything. And he showed us so many signs of being able to pass the ball that it really happened against the Phoenix Suns when we blew them out. No, what was the game we blew somebody out before Dallas? It was Denver. I felt like when Brunson sat on the bench, before he sat on the bench, he was doing the same thing that he did this game, holding the ball too long. And that's why I text y'all. I don't want to say it. When he got to the bench, the second unit came in, all of a sudden the ball started moving. Same thing today. It just so happened when Brunson came back in against Denver, the pace was still there. Brunson's the guy that had, when you said, that's the one thing I disagree with, maybe just you misspoke, or I don't know. But I don't expect a different outcome every game based on our game plan. It's the same game plan. It's all based on a defensive effort, but some
nights we're gonna hit shots, right? Some nights we're gonna look like how we looked in Denver. That was some historical shit. We may not ever shoot the basketball the way we did in Denver the entire season. I get that's an anomaly, but I'm talking about really being able to shoot the basketball and hit shots. There's gonna be nights where we hit shots and shoot over 50% from the field and shoot 50% from three or some shit like that. Like it's that what I'm saying is certain outcomes are not gonna be what you think they are because of the fact that we don't play defense. Like we went into Utah is what I was saying, right? Like I wanted to come up here and gloat, like I told you so. But in all honesty, it's real. If we don't strap up on defense, imagine what we could be on defense. With the athletes that we have, with the capability that we have, imagine what we could be if we were on a string defensively. Now you're talking about a top 1, 2, 3 team in the league, not the Eastern Conference, the league. Right? I think Giles is absolutely right. We are average team right now, in my opinion. I think we're an average team.
I felt that way after the first week. I felt that way after the trade. I think Mitchell Robinson and Precious, if we're leaning on them, it's like, all right, we hate comparing and beating a dead drum or whatever it's called, team from last year, but it's 3 guys we're replacing, right? Hart, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. We're getting one of them back, actually.
You see how Hart looks? Yeah, okay, see, I know that shit pissing you off. Every time you see it.
I think
I'm not pissing you off. We happy for Hart, man, because he's a good ball player. You know, he brought a lot to us, but to look over and see what he's doing for them right now, it's like, man.
And then watching Julius Randle, like they're going even like what Ant-Man said was crazy that they're not getting along over there. Sounds like the Knicks from 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and just Brunson, just to bring it back full circle, I guess, because we're not gonna have the same front court, but I don't know if is Cat on defense, whatever his effort is, he's gonna get too many foul calls to stay in the game in the fourth quarter, third quarter. A lot of times he has to leave in the second quarter or first quarter. He'll get 2-3 fouls in the first quarter sometimes. Is that, I'm gonna say, lack of smart defense, right? Like lack of defensive IQ or physical capability. Does it supersede Randall's, his moments where he just spaces out? I don't know, because when this conversation, we had this conversation about a month ago, I said I'd rather have Hart and Randall because I know Randall he's gonna rotate when he is paying attention, and Cat just can't do it. It's not his game.
I mean, right? We 10 years in, right? So we expecting Cat to change who he's been, right? But I think over the last year or two, we've seen that if he does give effort, he's a capable defender out there. Maybe he's just a better post defender. Maybe he's a guy that his attributes on the defensive end don't tend to be out there, going out there and moving them puppies, right? He can't do it. But if you got a big that I got a bang with, pause, right? He's capable of doing that, for stretches. So I just think I think we need Mitchell Robinson back. I think it's glaringly obvious that Mitch kind of shifts a lot of things into their proper place on the defensive end of the ball. Forget what he's going to bring offensively, that rim running and getting extra shots because of his offensive rebounding and all of that. I'm not even talking about that. But when we talk about what he's going to bring when he comes back on the defensive end, it really shifts guys back into their proper place, and maybe things just start to roll, right? Because, the expectation for me was that OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges were going to be guys that really hounded the basketball, right? It was going to be really difficult to get in the paint on us because we had guys that really, really were invested on the defensive end. That doesn't seem to be happening right now. And, I do see OG out there playing defense. I do see him out there playing defense.
Well,
I do not see Bridges out there giving full effort. Now, Bridges ain't the only one that's not giving full effort. It ain't all on him. But it's obvious because he's struggling. You can see on the defensive end, he's not giving the effort that we need from him.
And OG was he was locking up Brandon Miller that first quarter. He was
playing well.
He was over 7 in the first half from 3. Like he was just hounding him, and he just knows. Even on the play where Cat had a great play, tipped the pass, got it to Deuce McBride in transition. I think that was the fourth quarter, and Deuce dunked it. OG's turned around looking at his man instead of the ball, so he's not even seeing the transition play because he's already trying to get in position before the switch comes or while the play is happening. I see him doing that all the time. And again, I don't know if I'm starting to put Bridges in this Cat category too, where it's like, all right, can you physically just not do it? Like the rest of the league is just stronger than you?
No, not all of a sudden did he just forget how to play defense. We're talking about a guy that was an all-NBA defender, a guy that was top 3 in terms of the best defender in the league. He was up for that award. So I don't think that it's just merely he just forgot how to play defense. I think this dude is not shooting the basketball to his standard. Because I even looked at his splits, and his splits are not even awful. They're just not where they need to be for him to be as effective on the offensive end. But I think because you're coming off of a season where you averaged 20 points, where you were the guy, where you were hitting shots, right? Whether you were winning or losing, just playing basketball, being out there, being looked at as the guy to go get us a bucket. And now you come here and the role is different and you're not hitting shots. It's shaking his confidence a little bit. And now he's just missing defensive assignments that's not normal for him. That's why. So it's like, bro, you way better on defense. How you get your ass kicked right now? We know you're capable of locking up Tyrese Halliburton and keep going 0 for 8. We know you're capable of getting a stop down the stretch to save the game against what's my man, Dennis Schroeder, right? When he got that game-winning block. Like, he's capable of doing these things. We need you to get back to doing these things in long stretches. That's going to help us win, for real.
I think Bridges is going through a breakup. Thank you, Bodega Mayor. I wasn't saying that he forgot how to play defense. I'm saying physically, the way I think Cat wants to play defense, but his feet is too damn big and doofy to make the play that he wants to make. Like, this defenses are a step ahead of him, like a half a step ahead of him. That's what it looks like to me. And with Bridges, I don't see how smart you got to be to just go over the pick. He can't get over the pick a lot. And I've been noticing, that's from the beginning of the year I noticed that. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, man. That got to be physical. But then I'm watching Deuce McBride just do it, but Deuce looks sturdier than Bridges.
You saw what happened down the stretch of this game. Tibbs went with Deuce. I mean, Deuce had a great game, right? He played with a lot of energy on both ends of the floor. He was hitting shots, right? Tibbs went with him down the stretch.
And it's weird because both Cat and Mitchell Robinson look a lot. I told you they look a lot alike walking sometimes. They had that limp. They both walk like penguins. That's what they walk like. And Mitchell Robinson, somehow he's thinking, it feels like he's thinking a half a step faster. Because he knows, well, I got to do this because I'm 7 feet. I'm Dalsim out here. I got to put myself in the right position. And he knows those matches with Embiid, Joker. Oh, okay, this is actually easier for me because y'all ain't doing what they're doing. I ain't got to run chase all you guys around like the other guys. I'm going to just do what a typical center, what typical centers do. So those matchups I think are fun for Cat and Mitchell Robinson. Like, Cat's going to love to play against Joker, and maybe not Embiid as much, obviously, but he could be more stationary. But is Joker the only matchup that's great for Cat? You know what I'm saying? And with Bridges, I just don't. I think gotta be frustrating for Tibbs, man.
Yeah, I think this is one thing that we could say though. I think history shows with these Knicks teams that Tibbs has had over the last few seasons that we've progressively got better on defense. I don't think we've started seasons being this lockdown defensive team. If I'm wrong, guys, somebody get in the chat, let me know if you remember off top, Fabian. But I don't remember any season with Tibbs. He's been here now, what, 5 years? Is there any season where we've started and got to, like, let's say midway point where we've been a top 10 defense, a top 5 defense?
The two most impressive time periods to me defensively for the Knicks while Tibbs was here that I can remember was at the season after the bubble, nobody in the crowd. And they couldn't score, but they were the year we lost to Atlanta, and Mitchell Robinson was just younger and more spry. They looked scary defensively.
But I think right
and
over time though,
yes.
like as we went over. So only reason I'm bringing that up is because I think that if we have faith in what we're doing right now, which we did, this is what we got. This is what we're rolling with, y'all. This is what we're rolling with. So I think progressively we'll get better on a defensive end.
But I'm also a little bit maybe scared that could be Dallas Mavericks ish if we got pressure and we're relying on Precious and Mitchell Robinson. Like that, all right, you have Gafford and Lively, but what did that do for the Celtics? And that's a big issue. Yeah, Cleveland lost back-to-back games to Atlanta. I mean, that got to be talked about because I didn't expect that. I don't think anybody expected that. Have they figured out the Cleveland Cavaliers? It's a possibility. Like, remember,
17-3 after 20 games.
Yeah, but it's we had. That's why I kept asking y'all last week. What is this trap game business? This is a trap game. You can't. It's tough to figure out how to approach every single game consistently when we don't have a consistent game plan. At least maybe we obviously have one. You know, Tibbs is over prepared supposedly, but when we get on the court, it doesn't feel like the effort is the same. The last 3 games, just the last 3 games, the effort was entirely different from Denver to Dallas to today's game over here in Charlotte. Just different. And yeah, you could blame the time and everything like that. But again, with great teams, that talent and that cohesiveness, that algorithm that I'm always going to refer to last year's team. And if I'm going to keep doing that, I got to point to Philly from last year. Denver at a certain point last year, right? Boston, of course, from last season. They had just these, if they stay healthy, it's a wrap. And I don't see how. I don't believe we're a championship team even with Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa in the lineup.
I don't think yet. I think that's a stretch. If we being realistic Knicks fans, like all Knicks fans, we're gonna win the chip every year. But if we really looking at this, I think we may be a year or 2 removed from really being great with this team.
Right. That's true.
And I don't think that's a bad thing to say about them. We could easily turn this into a finals run this year. Or this could be a conference finals run and we missed the boat and we got it, now we know what we look like and we move on to next year. So it's, for me, man, I don't think with this team we should be getting too high or too low simply because we can't stop anybody. So just because we thumped Denver doesn't mean that we're better than Denver. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we had a great game. That night.
Yeah.
Denver is a championship caliber team.
That's won. They won. That's how I felt. I didn't expect to be able to root for Cat like the way that I do. I didn't expect that, and I'm glad about that because, I hate to not be able to root for the players. Like Julius Randle was really hard to root for. What he did last season, I know I keep bringing him up. That was amazing, and Cat did that in a week. He made me there in a week, please. What a whore I am.
Yes,
nice and easy.
He had to show you no money.
Wow. Look, the Knicks starters are averaging a leading 98.9 points per game. This is before this game today against the Hornets. The Knicks starters, 98.9 points per game. That would be a record in the what do you
Starters are
call it?
also leading the league in the most minutes by starting 5.
Hold on. Give him the bad news last, man. But that would be a record for points per game by a starter, a starting 5. The record is the 86-87 Celtics at 95.8. So no team has ever, no starting 5 has ever averaged over 96 points per game since the NBA merger. Also the Knicks are giving up 85.7 points per game. The starters are, and no starting unit over the last 20 years has allowed more than 81 points per game. So we're giving up the most points per game in 20 years as a starting unit, as we're scoring the most points per game in the last 44 years, 45 years, as old as AllBall is. that was a shot. Yeah, damn.
Jesus Christ. No, don't do that to OG. He's not here. He can't defend.
He has no gray hairs. I'm getting at him every time, man.
Can't defend himself.
Good. He's funnier than me. I'm not. Fuck that. Stay over there. That's pure evil hatred.
That was hate.
That was almost penguin level hatred.
That was hate.
This is what Josh Hart had to say about Mikal Bridges' situation.
I think there's expectations on it.
I'm not worried about him. I think I'm not calling you out specifically or whoever, but the media and people are killing him, and he's in a new situation. He's in a new situation where he's in a place where he's been 18 games in a different role that he's played the last 4 years. So it's our job to get him going, and all the other BS about what we gave up, this, that, and the other, it means nothing. If we win and we make a championship, ain't nobody give a damn about how many picks we give up. We give up 15 picks. It don't matter. At the end of the day, we're trying to win a championship. He's going to be a key piece of that, and we need to continue to build him up. If you go out there and nitpick everything that he does, that's only detriment to him. And we're all going to have a conversation with that. We got to get him going, and that's when we'll get the best version of Kel. And there's 18 games of the season. He's a hell of a player. He's been to the finals. He knows how to win. So, we can calm down with all the criticism and nitpicking a guy who's won, every time he stepped on the court in any situation. And, a lot of people that can't do what he does.
Yeah, that's great, Noah, Josh. Get the fuck out of here, bro. So your man to step up, man. I love his candor. I love his honesty, Flea. But you ain't telling me how I should talk about my team. I'm sick of y'all in the comments on Twitter, wherever you want it at. Because if I'm telling you right now, if I see you in the streets, do not talk to me about the Knicks and try to tell me how I can talk about the Knicks. You can't criticize him. It's only been 18 games. Josh, I don't give a fuck if you buy me tickets to the Knicks game or not, bro. I'm not one of these dudes that do that shit, bro. We watch the Knicks, whether you're here or not. I hate that shit, Flea. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell us what to say. We're not some ignorant dumbass, even though I sound like it right now. I mean, cursing out like a sailor. But we ain't ignorant. We watching the game. It's your job to motivate your teammate just like that. Great job by you. Great job by you. But you ain't telling me what to do, Papa. And I'm telling you what to do. I don't give a fuck, you millionaire bastard. You rich fuck.
Yo, listen. Everything that he said about Bridges is right, which is why there's such a high level of expectation for him, right? He is a guy that's been to the championship. He is a guy he's won an NCAA championship with, right? Like this guy's a winner. He's a guy that's always ready he's a gamer. He has the longest streak of played games in the NBA currently, right? He's always going to show up for work. So that's why, as Knicks fans, we're expecting so much from him right now, because we did, giveaway investments. We call it what we want. They're picks. They could be used for something else, right? But we gave them up because we have faith in you. So I don't know. We need to stay behind him because we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him.
But he, like you said, the way he spoke about Bridges, there's a serious tone because he jokes around a lot. Like Josh Hart would joke around a lot, and he sounds like, hey, this is a all MB, all star caliber guy, all defensive caliber player. He's won before. You know, he's won on every level. This is a winner. He's echoing that as opposed to the opposite of Ant-Man in Minnesota, where it's kind of like, it was weird to see Ant-Man say it because he was smiling and he knew what he was saying was real because he was kind of laughing and he's trying to get it out. And you're 22 years old. Josh Hart's 27, 28. This is his man from college. He would never, I don't think he would even come out of his face like Ant-Man did, as honest and as authentic as Ant-Man may have came off. I don't know how much good that does when you're laughing about it. It's not funny. If Randall went over there and we know his history and this is what happened over there, I don't think you want to be joking around about that, bro. To be honest, now you look scared of him. That's how I take that. You letting him run amok.
You thought that Ant-Man was joking when he said what he said?
No, I think he was being uncomfortable with the truth. Like, it was hard for him to say it because he's laughing. He's trying to. If you should be mad. You should be upset because
I think that kid has a different demeanor, right? Like, we expect, not we, but you know, the American part, they expect every 22-year-old to be the way Kobe Bryant was when he was 22, or how LeBron James was when he was 22. Just like when he delivers a message, he's delivering a message and being straightforward about. A lot of these guys they come from certain places and it's just very, there's no sense of urgency all the time. And I never see it from him. As great of a basketball player as he is, from my vantage point, when I watch him talk, when I watch his man, he doesn't ever seem rushed, right? And so when we hear him talk, it's very like you said, playful, matter of fact, not really like, whatever, right? So he's not gonna be one of them guys that makes it land, especially within the media. But I'm watching him when he's on the court, when he's in these huddles, he's very vocal. He's very like, yo, let's get it, whatever he's saying. So I thought, at however old he is, how old is this kid now? 22, 3?
22, right?
Yeah, I thought, he tried to do the best job he could by delivering a message. But like you said, I think, he was a little uncomfortable.
2001, so he's just turned 23.
Yeah.
This is the video Flea and myself were referring to about Julius Randle sabotaging the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Like, we was down.
Pause that for a second.
Nobody wanted to say nothing.
We give everybody a chance in here now.
No. Leave that alone till afterwards, Flea, please. I've been ignoring him. We'll get him. Oh, we'll sit a couple seconds, but you ain't interrupting. I'm not editing all this stuff out. No. I want to get to this and then get to him afterwards. Sorry, Flea. I got a plan for him. Yeah, I see him in there.
Go ahead.
And then we got up, then everybody like cheering and hype, and then we get down again and don't nobody say nothing. That's the definition of a front runner. And like, we as a team, including myself, we all was front runners tonight, and it was for sure. Y'all bring it together. We've been trying to figure this out for the whole year, man. We thought this was defense was our identity, and it's not looking like it at all. We don't know what our identity right now. Me and Mike was talking about. I think we soft as hell, like as a team, internally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to the other team, but like internally, like we soft. Like, we can't talk to each other. Just a bunch of little kids. It's just like we playing with a bunch of little kids, like everybody, like the whole team. We just can't talk to each other, And we gotta figure it out, man, because we can't go down this road.
You know what? I take all that back. Sorry, man. That sounded pretty good to me, actually. Especially with those words, because he's talking to guys older than him. You walk in that gym today or tomorrow and you don't confront him. Yo, what you said? Randall, you supposed to be tough, right? You know, I know you heard what he said. Everybody in your family heard it.
He's maturing, man. That kid's maturing, so you know.
But he also knows a lot is on the line. Like the same you mentioned Kobe, like that's the thing with Kobe, like right? Kobe, Shaq, like bro, do you know we have and it's always going to be ironic talking about Kobe because he was younger than me on his time on Earth. So when I say this, you know, I mean this with all respect. But he looked at Shaq and looked at teammates like, we don't have that much time, man. That's how he approached the game. And Ant-Man is sounding like that, like just grateful. So I had to take back what I said because Josh Hart sounded serious and Ant-Man sounded serious. I just didn't like, don't tell us what to say. Tell what's wrong with y'all, Josh Hart.
Listen, we like I said, I think we're gonna be fine. But the high expectation that we have for Bridges on the defensive end is what I don't think we're seeing. Whatever he's going to go through on the offensive end, not being able to score, struggling, all that kind of stuff, he'll work through that, right? At the end of the season, he'll still get his averages. You know, his splits will be fine. I just think that he needs to focus on being a stopper and not allow his struggles on the offensive end to start seeping into what he does defensively. Because he will strap you, he will lock you. We've seen it. We know what he's capable of, but we're ready to see it now because it could turn us up to another level, right? It could turn us up to a whole nother level once he gets in his bag defensively. He could be that quarterback putting us in the right spot, especially with Mitch out. That's what my expectation was of him. Being able to say, you got to be here, getting guys in spots, right? Helping guys in rotation. He knows what it takes to get to the finals. He's been a part of a finals team. So, that's what we're looking for from him. Anything on the offensive end for him is cake for me. 16 points, God bless you. Thank you.
And I don't think when I think of that Phoenix Suns team that went to the finals, I don't think of defense first. I think of offense. So I just have said that for quite some time. They got to get that tempo going for him, for his sake, because him being the third option just opens things up for Brunson and Cat. I think he can open up things in the mid-range more than them. Than both those guys. I mean, well, Brunson is a killer in the mid-range too, but he's just for him to be able to run through, run baseline, backline, whatever that is. The elbows, even if he catches the rock, pivots, all of that movement from him, the intentional movement from Bridges, it sells a whole different style of offense. All that cutting and passing that the Cleveland Cavaliers are doing, I cannot imagine Tibbs taking that on. Don't see that whatsoever. You got 2 point guards basically over there in Cleveland that handle the ball. You got 2 guys that can get that going. That was my problem from the summertime as well. Who's the guys going to replace Hart with the passing and the setting picks? We don't have those guys that can set picks and then thinking of the next play. And with Bridges and Cat is way more finesse. And if we pick up the speed,
we missed that. Yeah. That edge for sure. We missed that
edge, but it's also just it gets you what you want. Like OKC won 3 straight when Hartenstein came back. Not a surprise. Not a surprise.
I mean, he's a hell of a player.
Right.
Call it what you want. He's a hell of a player. So
yeah. So we definitely wanted to see more. I'm always of the opinion that, again, the 5 draft picks thing for me personally, I ain't talking about no other fans. I know how this goes, and Josh Hart spoke to it. But you make that trade for the perfect fit. You make that trade for I guess an OG Anunoby last year, something like that, or maybe Minnesota might make a trade like that to get Cat back because they look way better with him in their lineup, right?
I'm glad to have him, right? I'm glad that we're going forward with Karl Anthony Towns, and we just, we're gonna see what we get in, April, May, and June. But to trade a guy of that caliber away from your team after making the Western Conference Finals is insane. Like, that's insane. So call it what you want. Like I said, we here now and we moving forward. But niggas gonna look back at that and be like, what?
Because it's not like me and
What?
a lot of other fans from January and going off of the hope and what I wholeheartedly believe we could have made the finals last year with that team healthy. But that's still, it didn't happen. They were 2 games away from the finals. That's a big deal with them, Minnesota. So, and Bridges is another part of that recipe. Of course, you know, DiVincenzo's struggling with Minnesota, and Bridges is struggling. I don't even know if he's struggling just as bad as DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo got benched. Actually, he is, because Bridges keeps getting.
Dillingham is playing now.
Bro, Bridges is getting benched 4th quarters now. This is multiple 4th quarters.
Oh, you're talking about? Well, I mean, you got to look. You got to go with what's going to help you get wins. And I think the times that Tibbs did go with Deuce as opposed to Mikal down the stretch, I think we won those games. So, like, you make that decision on a game by game basis. Mikal Bridges is going to finish a ton of games for us. Like I said, he's going to be a big part. If he doesn't pick it up, we're not going to be very good. So he is going to pick it up. He's going to be fine. Like, he just got to figure out his role. Where he fits best. He fits best just being a dog to me. Just be a dog out there on defense. Just be that.
That was Josh Hart's way of, you know, uplifting his teammate, right? And that was his kind of way of communicating. And this is Tibbs' way of communicating. Like, he don't play when it comes to these minutes. He doesn't play when you don't play his style, man. And he's consistent with except for Randall. That's the only guy. But RJ Barrett, number 3 pick in the draft, and Brunson gets a lot of leeway. Tibbs has his guys. Shout out to Kenny Anderson,
best guard on the team.
Yes, but you still cannot. You're not. He holds him in high regard.
Some people are just limited on the defensive end. Some people just are.
I hope, and I don't know what to say
about that. Especially at the guard position.
We're hoping Bridges isn't, because, man, oh man.
What's the next 5 games for us?
Next 5?
Yeah.
What's the fastest way to look that up? I think if you just type in Knicks schedule, it pops up on
pull up the next
Google.
5.
Pelicans, Sunday, December 1st. Sunday's the next game? Oh, yeah, because they play today. That's so crazy. It was a 12 o'clock game. It felt like last night that game took place. So Pelicans next game, Sunday, Magic, Hornets again on the 5th. Then the Pistons, and the Raptors, and the Timberwolves.
Okay. So you said
Pelicans, Magic, Hornets, Pistons, Raptors, then Timberwolves. Yeah, next 2 games at home. Next 4 games at home.
I know we've been on the road for a while.
Yeah, and then after that we go to Toronto and Minnesota. I saw that we had the winning percentage of the teams about like the next 6 or 8 teams are going to be like 57 and 107, something crazy. They are horrendous. And yet, and still, if you do decide to take the Knicks on a parlay, that is quite a gamble. But if you are going to do it, DraftKings, man. The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance in a single elimination in-season tournament, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Vegas. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code ABTV. That's code ABTV for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Camp Resort. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/b ball.
Good read. Good read. Good read. Good read.
Thank you, my brother. And I want to get to some comments before I slander your punk ass. Not you, Flea. This moron was in here wanted my attention, and I'm gonna give it to him because I love flaming y'all dumbass motherfuckers. Fuck y'all think y'all are. But
It's Friday.
Yeah, man. I agree, La Turia. Those minutes do need to calm down, but at the same time, what will happen once we get back Mitchell Robinson and pressures are truer, but guys that step it up, it's definitely no excuses. I think Bridges is going through a break. Oh, yeah, you read that. Breaking news, Mikal is being benched for Deuce. Okay. Tibbs has a losing playoff career record. He has been fired twice for playoff underperformance. Tibbs has never made an NBA Finals, let alone win one. It's the thing with Tibbs is gonna be tough too, man, because it's not just the substitution patterns. It's the fact that, like, I don't get the 8-man rotation. I don't get not playing Huck Porty. I don't get not playing any one of these guys against the Hornets. The Hornets. Seth Curry. I don't even know that guy that lights can do that was shooting 3-pointers, Flea. Who are these people on this team?
Bro, I was sitting there watching the game, and I look up and they're announcing the starting 5 for the Charlotte Hornets. And I pride myself on, like, knowing the guys in the NBA. You know that about me. Like, I pride myself on knowing these guys. Some of these guys that were starting for the Hornets, I had no clue who these guys were. No clue. And they were in there, and they were in the entire game with the New York Knicks. Anyway, like,
Mikal Bridges averages the most points in the most minutes in the NBA.
yes, he leads the league in minutes per game.
OG Anunoby is 8th. Shocker. What a shock. Just a shock. De'Aaron Fox is 2nd. Anthony Edwards is 3rd. KD, Josh Hart. KD has the 4th most minutes per game. Jesus Christ. Josh Hart is 5th. I missed Josh. Yo, that's bad, bro.
We have 3 in the top 10 right now. Did you see that?
Number 1, number 5, and number 8.
Mm-hmm.
How do you really feel about that, right now? About minutes per game, man. Come on.
Me? Listen, for me, I'm not a guy. I'm not one of those guys.
Okay.
Get me out there. Let me play, man. Okay. Get me out there. Let me play. I do think he needs to incorporate his bench more. But if you're just talking about, do I feel like some guys are being overplayed? Nah. Go out there and play, man. It's basketball. Go hoop, man.
See, I wanted to highlight the people that come in the building too, because y'all, the criticism of Bridges is just. Everything all us realistic fans understood clearly about Randall. Yeah, true. Except last season, Knicks 100, you still disagree with that, even though you're on some victory lap with Jericho Sims. That's, by the way, that victory lap is like, it's very long, bro. Like, it's gonna take you a while.
Yeah, he's coming along. He's coming along.
Yeah,
he's coming along.
We're passing you the cups of water on your way around the block and shit.
He's coming
Everything. That dude is not a winner. We know what Bridges is capable of, Phoenix, but not on the Knicks. Fabian drinking vodka in the water bottle. You okay, Fabian? I don't blame you. Nah. Should we highlight this? I don't want to highlight his comment, please.
Happy thanks to everybody, man.
Yeah.
Happy thanks to everybody. I got mad Franks for you. You heard? Mad Franks for you. Wacko. That's your name, right? I got mad Franks for you. Happy thanks.
You bum ass motherfucker, wacko. Shut the fuck up. You coming on? Listen, man. You know what's crazy? I gotta see it on live with the dude. We seen Ish on the S.O. Heineken thing. Mm-hmm. That was like what Skip Bayless is talking about. When you go over the line, And Skip is going, oh, if you go too far, now the audience, they won't know. I try not to do that. And Flea, we both talk to each other all the time, like, remember the Zen.
Yeah.
Because people like Wacko can stay in the comments, but they could never get on camera and never have anything to say.
Never.
And real dudes named Wacko. I knew some real dudes named Wacko. That name was really crazy. I don't understand why you guys are getting so sensitive and getting your panties in a bunch. Respectfully to all the people who wear panties.
He might be one of them.
Yeah.
He might be one of them. Wacko. He might be one of them. Wacko, freaky ass nigga.
So, Boogie Down, salute. When things are going good and we win a playoff series against the Philadelphia 76ers, I still have my criticisms, man. When things are going bad, you guys want to crawl out of nowhere and do all this positive. Bro, you ain't my father. You ain't my coach. You ain't my ball. What? I don't need you for support. And that's the thing with this stand culture. Like, yo, RP, man.
Yeah, RP went to Brazil and stood under that. What's that? One of them 7 wonders of the world. He went under there and has reformed himself. We love you, RP.
I don't. RP, come back. Bro, go back to Darth Vader, man. Yo, you Anakin and like dipped into the wrong.
It's the season,
water.
man. Look? You got to read between the lines. Well, look what he said. It's the festive season. As soon as January 1 starts, he's back on niggas' heads. Pause. He's back on niggas. Watch. As soon as January 1 starts, RP is back in his bag. Promise you.
King's Speech.
Always
living up to the name. La Turia. You think they give us Dante? You want Dante from Mikal Bridges? Would you do that trade? I would not do that trade. That's insane.
Never. Stay over there. What OG say? And burn in hell.
But it was, you know what? It's a good segue, man, because boy, oh boy, Flea, I don't want to burn your ears. But stand culture, people want to just stand up for the Knicks and they keep telling us what to say, trying to convince us that we're wrong because we have an opinion about the team that we watch damn near religiously and we call each other and grab group chats about. You're on my channel. You're on Flea's channel. You're on our channel commenting to us about what we said. There's no way you're an adult. These people are not adults.
That's funny because the first thing I be wanting to, like, my first question sometimes usually is like, yo, how old are you? I just want to know how long you've been on Earth. How long you been around? How long you been around? RP, you soft. How about that? You soft.
He's coming to get you, man.
How about that? You soft.
You know, people are going in circles about whatever. And I told you we're going to talk about Drake has came out. The rapper Drake has come out and sued a record label because Kendrick, who dissed him, got his numbers inflated apparently by this label. UMG, ran by Lucien Grange, by the way. Lucien Grange ties, which I mentioned a couple months ago when I said that's who Jay-Z's beefing with. Y'all didn't believe me. Oh, this is more proof for me. I'm going to spin it. Yes, I am. But ever since Drake got his ass whooped by Kendrick, Flea, he ain't do nothing but look like a sore loser, bro. Every single moment is like, what are you talking about? Your fans, you can't get on it on social media and persuade everybody to go the other way now. This is not Meek Mill. This ain't corny ass Meek Mill. This ain't Common, who's corny in the rap too. I don't care what anybody says. You had no business being in the ring with the top dogs. That's it. Common ain't no Kendrick. He ain't witty like Drake. None of that. You lucked up with those. Because when it came down to the real dogs, you always backed away. And this is why. Because you were always scared. This is what we know inside. This is how you feel. You run and you are corny. That's what you are, Drake. You're a cornball. Dog, you got like them little barrettes and shit. You 40 years old. Why do you want to look like a West Coast nigga at 80? You look crazy. You're a father. We keep it real with you people, man. Rory Moore, Joe Budden, I see it on my time. All you guys make me sick because you guys make money off talking about this shit that's not even that serious. You telling me this guy lost a battle to this guy, to Kendrick Lamar, and now he wants to sue the label and go and complain. Yo, man, he used bots to inflate. Word, Drake, that's what he did. Can anybody answer me this one thing, Flea? Maybe because I want to continue my rant. Do you think Drake sues them if he wins the battle?
Of course not.
Oh,
like, of course not. What is this? What type of question is that?
And on top of that, right? And on top of that, you will be continuing to use the same system that you've been using. And yeah, they're gonna lower your contract negotiations, whatever it is. Tough luck, bro. You made $100 million already. You got out of the game what it's supposed to be. That game was already rigged. The hell you talking about? It was already rigged. Big bank. That's how it is. I don't even want to get into Kanye, but we saw what happened with him. He wasn't playing around. He's out of his mind going out there going crazy about that crew. I ain't mentioning them. You out your mind, Kanye? Blank. He said, yo, they gonna take my money. Blank. You know I got a Chase account with blank. They got him. So you thought you were bigger than the game? That's not how it goes. And you from Canada. You don't get it. And you are ashamed to Canadians. Because Canadian women are beautiful, number one.
Agreed.
Number two,
if you haven't been to Carabana, make sure you go.
Yes, UMG wins regardless, LB. That's just what it is. I just don't like that once again, all of y'all copied our shit. We made hip hop up. Yes, I'm Dominican. Yes, I knew black people from the Bronx made it up. I already got a video about that. You want to argue with me? Don't do it because I'm going to laugh at you. But the point is, it comes from here. And some Canadian motherfuckers trying to tell us how to rock with it. And you look even cornier. So I get to laugh at you. You look crazy. And it reminds me of, once again, Jay-Z and Nas.
Oh, here you go.
Flea, I promise you.
There you go.
It's the same. It's the same exact thing that happened back then. Jay-Z's the man, and he loses, and there was a bunch of excuses, one after the other. Yo, this ain't true. He ain't spitting no facts. That shit is garbage. It's that and the third. I fucked it. He thought he had the one-up record with Taco. The same exact blueprint. No pun intended. Drake followed it. I have the one-up record. He ain't spitting no facts. He's telling lies. Now it's all business, which is what Jay-Z did, right? Now I'm a businessman. Okay, cool. But we know what Jay-Z did? At some point, he went back, chilled, and said, you know what? I got to go back to making hit records. That's it. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. Kendrick whooped that ass. Leave him alone. Because unlike Jay-Z, Jay-Z can really battle. That's the difference. You don't want no smoke with that dude. Unlike him, he's ready for battle. All you got to do is go back to copying everybody's flow. Untie that stupid-ass hairstyle. You look crazy. Yo, King's Speech. I'm not mad at that, by the way.
Listen, I'll be quiet. I just let niggas do what they do because I could dance in this lane, but I rather the people that are extremely passionate about it, let them do this lane. I'm not as passionate, but I could play. That right there is an extremely underrated comment that people don't want to understand what that really. But
what you mean, dog? Your little homie Jungle is a god to me. No, Flea.
What's
just
the
a
problem?
Year to
Be not as hard as me, nigga. Hard as we, nigga. ROC.
My pain in my. That was fire, but a year too late.
Listen. A nigga wear kufi, it don't mean that he bright. If you don't understand him, it don't mean that he
nice.
Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic?
Nah.
Is it black girl lost a shoulder or eat for ice? I've
Nah,
been
your
real all
man
my
said,
life.
I'm a
Use your
legend.
conceit, but they would
I'm
not
a
choose a lot of them cheat. Now listen.
Nah, he said, I'm a legend. You should take a picture
Picture
with me.
You should be happy to be in my presence. I should charge you a fee. A big dog, Glen Rob. Listen, guard you a flea. Your little homie Jungle is a guard to me. It's the problem be. As hard as me. That's it. Listen, and Ether's crazy. Blueprint 2 is wildly underrated track. Wildly underrated.
It was a year late. That's it. That's all. And I know
Mama
this
said
because
so. Mama said so. Mama Carter said so. Hey, go and clean that up, go. Yeah, go and play nice now.
Nah, man. My mom can't save me now, right? Nah, Jay. It was, and it's the same exact pattern. He came out with the thing right after Ether, right? Whatever that was. They taken the, what do you say? What's it called? He took the Dr. Dre beat. They chipping on the bottle tops with the boy chip too. Whatever the fuck Jay-Z was talking about. But and he followed it up. If you thought Takeover was so dope, you would have never responded to Ether. And it's the same thing with Drake. If you thought your record was so dope, you would have never responded to Not Like Us and the other shit. That would, to me, I can never listen to that. That Kendrick shit with the he's calling him a pedo, a chili mo, and the way he responded to that same night with the piano, I'm not listening to that. That got too dark for me. Like, I'm not. If now this sounds like the first 48, and you're telling on Drake, and you have exclusive information about him being a criminal in that lifestyle that I want nothing to do with, right? And if that's the case, I don't even go to the cops, bro. Why are you telling the whole world that this guy's performing these actions? I don't want to know about this. It got too serious. And then he followed it up with Not Like Us, and it was like, oh, now he did it again, but it's funny. It's over for you. You better have a hit.
He smoked them.
Yeah.
He smoked them. Out of here. Out of here.
Is Drake really funny? Like, that's what the Drake fans pissing me off. Like, he's never really been cool, bro. He's never really been funny. He's not. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I love him. Y'all love him. I think we all love him. We all love his music. There's nobody in the comments, me and you on the screen right now. I don't think there's nobody that could say there's no Drake music out there that we didn't enjoy over the last 10 to 15 years. You'd be lying if you said you didn't. But, in terms of where we place him, that's subject, everybody to each his own.
Not for me. He's always him and Kanye. Y'all don't write everything. I don't know what y'all wrote. And everybody else prized themselves on that. You could never compare. And then once Biggie and Lil Wayne and these guys, and they don't even write the shit. They're tuned in. You ain't on that level, man. You ain't even on Wayne's level, just rapping, like rapping. You don't create your, and maybe Lil Wayne wrote his shit. I don't know. But these guys apparently tap into some shit when they're in it's a different level, because this is cohesive lyrics. We ain't talking about no bum ass. Lil Wayne's too much freestyle. Jay-Z's giving you some introspection with in 20 seconds.
Look at you speaking nicely about Hov. God bless
I always do. You guys just listen to the hate. That's the problem. See?
God bless you, Fabian. Look at you.
Gesundheit.
Which is German.
For what?
I'm sorry? What
does it mean?
I have no clue.
I thought it meant God bless you.
What does it mean?
I thought it meant God bless you. Hold on. I'm going to look at it.
We're back here now. No, we're back here now, y'all. We're back here now. Lord have mercy. We're back here now.
Good health. Wishing you good health.
Okay.
When you sneeze, say Gesundheit. I'm telling you, man, watch the original Pelham's Bay 1, 2, 3. Every time they sneeze, they're going to say Gesundheit. Classic.
Not Japanese. That's what we just wanted to establish.
But no. First of all, you got that wrong in the first place.
I said it was German.
No, you didn't.
It's on tape.
He's too cool today, man.
You make a nigga think you lying real fast. Like, no, you did. Yes, you did. You're like, did I? I think I did.
Yo, man. Hold on. So
There he goes. There he goes.
He's creeping out.
There
It's
he
like
goes.
now, yo, he's going through his Anakin when he's
There he goes.
By the way, Star Wars is trash. It is.
Gobbo. Gobbo.
But I like the one with Anakin, and
Gobbo.
I like the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian.
Anybody in the comments that likes Star Wars, it lets me know how old you are. Shit, Gobbo.
Same to you guys. Oh, Gesundheit. La Turia.
La Turia. I like that name. That's dope.
I don't want to flirt with La Turia. That's crazy. I'm married. I'm sorry, La Turia, but you look very nice in that picture. You mean
trying to get her.
Yo, he's Anakin like this. Stop trying to be. He's struggling right now. Cleveland Cavaliers. You were speaking on some good things, man. The Cavs, even though they slowed down, they're on a run. Who you said won 3 in a row or 4 in a row? Boston.
Boston's won 6 in a row. Milwaukee's won 4 or 5 in a row. 7 out of the last. They like 7-1 in their last 8 games or something like that. They starting to figure that thing out. Philly's still dog shit. Thank God.
Oh my God.
They do.
Yo, hold on. We never talked about. I'm sorry. We never talked about Zion. AllBall being right about Zion, that he wanted to come to New York the whole time.
We did not.
That's crazy. When I read it, I was like, okay. But now the nails in the coffin for him, right? Because we've seen other players ask for trades, but they stayed in shape, bro. Like Anthony Davis stayed in shape. Russell Westbrook stayed in shape. Or aside from James Harden. Like James Harden James Harden.
He violates. James Harden violates. It's bad. I don't like how he does it.
He's bananas. He should have been a fat souffle.
Nasty work. I wouldn't want Zion Williamson, but let me say this. I know what it looks like for Zion Williamson to be the best player on a playoff team. He's capable of doing that. We've seen it. But I also know that this guy struggles with staying healthy and struggles with his weight. So not only it's 2 things that he struggles with, right? Sometimes guys struggle with their injuries, but they have injuries and they stay in great shape. That dude can't stay in shape. He struggles with injuries and he can't be on the floor long enough. He's missing tonight. Will be his 150th game he's missed in his entire career, I think. Over the last. Say again?
That's like 30 games a year?
Bro, it's a lot of games missed. Would I prefer Hart or Zion no flare? I mean, I would prefer Zion, of course. But that all depends on fit and things like that. But Zion,
that's not no. That's the point. That the fact that that's even a question. That is the point. That should never be a question, right?
I mean, I feel you. I mean, I don't like I said, it would be fit for me. I can see right now Zion can't stay healthy. That's a problem. That's a problem. And he's not in shape. My man said we might need to start thinking about how we look at Zion in terms of what in shape is for Zion. Like this might be the best shape Zion is in. And we might have to look at it like that instead of expecting him to have this body when he takes his shirt off and he looks like LeBron James. Like he probably, you know what I mean? He probably will never look like that.
To put like if that's the case, and I've been thinking about Zion the same way I've been thinking about him. I'm going to continue to think about him the same way. I would never ever trade for him. He's so far the last 5 years when we talked about James Harden, all right, we'll talk about Ben Simmons. Who else has this worked out for? You know what I'm saying? Like Russell Westbrook, they asked for a trade, they bounced around, but everybody else from Kyrie, whoever jumped around, they were in shape. Kevin Durant is not in the game because of just injuries. He's currently the best player on the Phoenix Suns, and he shouldn't be. By the way, that's a problem. He averaging 37 minutes a game. He's too old for that shit, man.
Yeah,
That's
but I think Kev shouldn't be the best player on that team right now.
I think it's an issue if your best player is that in mid to late 20 and mid to late 30s.
Okay. I mean, you're saying that Book should be the clear-cut best player on the team.
Well, at least the go-to guy where he's doing enough to, make the offense that much easier because you're not going to be a great defender. So what are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Durant, once you start adding players that make Kevin Durant's job easier to even defend, smack the ball around, come from the weak side. Even just how the fuck Nurkic has some nerve the other day. The hell is he? Yo, everybody expects me to be Kevin Durant. No, we don't. No, we don't. We just part of it is, yes, that as fans we imagine that we're 7 feet tall, Nurkic. That is the thing.
Nurkic was saying some goofy shit though.
And that's the other thing. Y'all not real with yourselves. And you guys talk. Who the hell is having conversations with? I don't even know his nurse name. What's his first name? Joseph?
Yusuf.
I'm sorry, Yusuf. I don't disrespect people in their names like that. I try not to. Because I'm trying to, Anyway, but the point is, Yusuf. Who are you talking to? People expect you to be Kevin Durant. Who told you that? Who told
Not
them
soul.
that?
Not a soul.
Who told you
Not
that?
a soul. Not a soul told him that. I'd have to hear that more in context though. And hear what he said. Cause
You want listen, I don't need to hear any more context.
Nobody wants you to be Kevin Durant.
Yeah, like I don't as if just that bar alone is like I don't even want to hear the rest. I don't need to know what you meant by that, how it was framed, how they framed you, because again, you're playing victim. No, bro, you just soft. You let Draymond snuff you in front of everybody. That's why they're talking. That's why they compared you to Kevin Durant. It wasn't. That's why, because both your motherfuckers is soft. Oh my god, that's pissing me off. Like nobody punches. Yo, I know for a fact. I don't care what y'all say. If I was 6'8", 220, I would have snuffed Draymond easily.
That was my next question. Like, what are you doing? You gonna snuff him right back? Easily.
At some point, I'm taking the 20 games. Bro, I'm cold cocking you. Especially if I'm good. Like if I'm knocking dudes out, I got some little hook on me. Now you gotta learn a lesson, bro. When we on this court, shut the fuck up. How about that? Every time you see me, look the other way.
Serge looked like he's always ready to take that 20 games. You ever see Serge Ibaka is always ready for small. I was really hoping one day Serge would have got Draymond. I was really hoping.
Hold on. Drew is correct.
That is funny though. That is funny though. That is mad funny though. Oh shit. That's mad funny. Oh shit. Yo.
Oh my god.
That's a fact though.
Yeah. He's Blue Drew. Thanks for
bringing us back to reality.
Yeah. You 5'8" little midget wishing you were Nurkic getting knocked out. You dream of being a 7-footer getting dropped. Oh, did you see the thing between Chris Paul and D'Lo? That was soft. I didn't see it. What did you say earlier, Robert Paul? There was a question you asked that I for. Oh yeah, you do sound like Julius from Pulp Fiction. That scene is. Oh my god. He has a couple of great scenes, but he's sitting there just contemplating with the gun in his hand. Yeah. Yo, man,
that's a good.
I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Right, yeah, that's a good scene. That's
that
a great
was amazing.
Movie. That's a great movie.
Oh man,
yeah, that's a great movie.
Hold on, real quick. I just heard who did that movie? The famous director
Tarantino,
Quentin Tarantino, comment about the King of New York. And I was so shocked of the way he spoke about it. Like it was this cinematic masterpiece, but it came out this the year after Goodfellas, and then New Jack City came out right afterwards. New Jack City stole the thunder. He said that
It's a great movie.
I love
King of
King of
New
New
York
York,
is a great movie.
but I didn't expect him to love it like that.
Frank White.
Yeah, I didn't expect Quentin Tarantino to love it like that, because I even appreciate it for its cinematic features. Like, I think it's the cinema, the production to me is better than New Jack City. But when he said that he thinks that Lawrence Fishburne is the first hip hop gangster, like Hollywood gangster, I never thought about that. But then Nino Brown came out a couple months afterwards. He said that's the best job. Or Lawrence Fishburne was a great actor. I'm like, Wesley Snipes would have killed that role even better than Lawrence Fishburne, in my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, if I'm mistaken, wasn't Wes in
Yes.
King of New York?
Yes.
Okay.
The cop.
As a cop, right.
They should have switched roles.
I didn't think Larry was bad though.
No.
He had the gold teeth, the gold chain. He was the hustler. You know what I mean, he was. Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. Seeing Wes as Nino Brown tells me he would have smoked that role, right? But that's all hindsight, right? That's all hindsight, really. Like, so I don't know. I thought Larry did fine, but yeah, seeing Nino, it's like, okay. He might have upped it in that role. Like, Larry Fishburne was good in that role, but he might have, you know what I mean? Nino,
he would have been authentic, I think. Like, Wesley just had the New York, the East Coast whole like street, just the hood vibe down. And back then, see, a lot of guys don't realize, like, the way you hear all these drill rappers now, how disgusting it is. I'm talking about the way they speak off camera, like on camera during interviews. Even with Casanat talks is mad annoying. A lot of old,
that's hate.
No, it's not. He needs to calm down. A lot of guys from back in the day, when you meet them, and they were doing their thing back in the day, and you meet them, they sound way more educated. You can tell. Listen, we gotta be. I'm trying to be respectful. You can tell the level of education with our people, man. Throughout every generation, because they took the education seriously. There was no not going to school. They were learning it, and it was like, oh, y'all speak the King's English, man.
Nah, this is a fact, though, what my nigga is saying. That's a fact, though.
Fishburne was like early 80s character.
Yeah, like the way that character came off more early 80s, mid 80s than the way Nino came off was real. It was a 90s flavor.
Definitely crack era, 80s.
Yeah, it was a 90s flavor. It wasn't as much as an 80s flavor, but that was a good point.
Okay, so I'm gonna counter that. I think Fishburne gave it the 80s, early 80s character portrayal, but that thing was set for the late 80s, early 90s, and but Fishburne's interpretation,
I can go with that. Yeah.
I just think that if you put Nino as that guy and he has to look at Frank White as the boss, and what makes it even crazier is if they would have thought of the fact that New Jack City would have been part 2 to that, and just make it easy,
just make it seem, yeah.
He's the connector. Crazy. Yeah. Damn, we just came up with a dope ass concept.
I mean, that would have been dope. We're probably not the first ones to think of that, but
all right, Flea.
There he goes. There you go.
Get out of here, man. No, I'm taking my pat on the back. What about Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder character?
RP goes with his controversial bullshit.
There ain't nothing controversial about that. That shit is hilarious. I'm the dude playing the dude disguising the dude. That shit was crazy. Tropic Thunder was bananas. The first time I saw it, Flea, I said, this shit is garbage.
I didn't really like it the first time I saw it either.
Then that's back then you ordered on a cable, it comes on all day long for you. Woke up the next morning, I put it on. We're eating breakfast. I'm watching it, eating breakfast. Like, yo, this shit is crazy. Just finding out that was Tom Cruise was crazy. That movie is hilarious. Fabian, they took Regents away out of school in New York, saying the education level went down. It's like saying the sky is blue today.
Niggas used to struggle to pass them regions, boy. Lord have mercy.
What they got? What's they called? The what was the other choice? The SA? No,
The SAT.
no, it wasn't the SATs. If you couldn't get the regions in order to pass the class, you had to pass the other test.
The ACT?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, ACT. ACT. Are you serious? I know you. Oh my God. But if you got the regions, you could get a regions diploma. Well, if you got your regions on everything, an American playing an Australian playing a black guy could not be made today. I didn't even think about that. He was I never thought he was Australian. That's fucking crazy. I can't even say the word that, but you went full.
Yep.
Full simpleton.
Yep.
That word has held us down for 40 years. I'd rather watch it in Time Machine than that movie Dumb Funny. Nah, Time Machine ain't fucking with no Tropic Thunder, bro.
Time Machine was funny too, though. I can't front. It probably ain't fucking with Tropic Thunder, but it's funny.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder is.
It's funny off the second watch. First time I saw that Time Machine,
That's Seth Rogen.
No, that's is Seth Rogen in that? That's the fat black dude in there too. What's my man?
Yeah, yes. I forgot his name. He was in the Office.
Yeah, what's my man name? I forget my man name right now.
Me too. Yeah, hell of a run.
Yeah.
I mean, we know who he is. I grew up watching people in my area get ruined off that crap. I'm sorry, Charles G. I mean, the SAT is equivalent to an SAT is the same thing. Is it? So I'm talking, no. I'm talking about the thing where there was a Regents exam and then you took the ACT, something like that. That's how you passed the class. Because if you didn't pass that shit, they were failing your ass. King of New York was like Boys in the Hood and New Jack City was like Menace, if that makes sense. I like that. Yes. Knicks 100. Yo, Knicks 100, when you don't talk about basketball, I like you way more. Yo, Big Flea.
Yo, man.
Anything else, man?
Bring us home, brother.
Listen, man. We appreciate the comments. Even I don't even like to say haters because I don't believe in that. Like I really am naive or whatever, but just keep leaving the comments. At some point, I will answer you and reply. Flea is trying to be nice. The invitations are on hold. I'm telling him to
dialed up.
I don't even tell him to chill. I want him to go crazy. I want you to argue in the comments so we get our views up and YouTube suggest it to whoever else. I really don't give a fuck anymore. I used to be on here like worried about this and that. I don't care at all. I just got my La Turia.
I like this energy.
Right? RP. Maneka. Giles G. Isaiah Jackson was in here in a minute. We just finally saw him. We've been popping. Uh-oh.
RP back on bullshit.
I might be putting his name up, Robert Paulson. I ain't putting his name up there yet. But thank you, RP, for being RP. Giles G, man. King Speech. You made this thing easier, y'all. I'm telling you. Are you kidding me? Weeknight, 6 p.m.
Put your glasses back on.
Monday through Friday. Yo, my niggas been fucking with us ever since then.
Yeah.
Ever since. Did you tell me or I told you?
I always forget now.
Put your glasses back on. Oh my God. Ever since then, he rocked with us. And he's crazy. Because my nigga, he ain't keeping it. I'm not drinking, guys. I really
David Smith. You're not shadow banned David Smith. Never, man.
Yeah, never, David Smith. You could flame us. Like, look at the guy, go through his comments, wacko. He just sounded corny. That's the only reason why. Like, he would sound like a little whiner.
Right. You could go, y'all could go crazy on us. I take all the criticism in the world. It's love. Trav Lucas.
T. Luke. I can't say Luke, I'm your father. That's disrespectful.
Nah, don't say that.
Yeah, I can't.
Don't say
you
that.
Can't say that. But I just trying to think what's Luke. I don't even call Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is a biatch.
Oh,
Anakin is he's
Yo,
slowly.
RP, I knew. I said it. I was like, he's resisting. Look at him. He's back on it. He's I've shadow banned people here before. I feel you.
You know what it is? Him and Fish ain't jump on at the same time in a minute. And they're not all in water. These motherfuckers is gasoline and fucking and kerosene and I don't even know if we're the match or whatever the fuck it is, but that's what it is. You ain't got your partner in crime, RP. That's what it is. Y'all usually flaming us, man. Y'all
we live.
Big Flea, never the little one.
You know why. Catch this weeknight 6 p.m. AllBall TV Knicks Rehab. Tap it. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.